Hey YouTube, this is the Art of Prepping. Thanks for joining me. I'd like to review my ideas on summer carry. What can you get by on in terms of a minimalist EDC? So for an everyday carry during the summer times or during the time of year in your area, and you may live in a different part of the world than I do, that whatever is your summer, you know, like what I know, when it's hot, it's hard to carry more weight and more bulk. It's just sometimes it holds heat on your body. Sometimes it just doesn't feel comfortable against your skin, whatever the item is. And we always know that ounces equals pounds, and pounds equals pain, and pain equals suck, and suck equals suffering, and the cycle continues. So how do we mitigate this? Well, we have to go through each item of our everyday carry, and depending on if you carry these items to begin with, you may or may not want to minimize or remove the item and find other alternative ways to solve your problems in terms of your daily needs for everyday carry. I'm going to start out with the keychain here. Let's start out with the essential keys on your keychain. If you're like me and you have lots of keys, maybe you have keys to other people's houses, or maybe you have keys to locks that you don't almost ever use, but maybe once a month or less, it might be best just to go ahead and put those keys in a separate key ring and secure them in a secure location. Also, concerning your mini keychain light, that would stay on my keychain. Everything else, except maybe a small whistle, would be all that I would carry on my keychain. Now, as we know in my videos, I carry between 7 to 10 different items throughout the year on my keychain. My keychain is extremely bulky, and I will admit it is not probably the most efficient, use in size format. But in terms of a minimalist carry for the summer, I'd pare it down to just your essential keys, your mini keychain light, and a whistle. The next item would be a synthetic wallet. This goes for girls and boys, men, women, that instead of carrying a leather wallet or a vinyl wallet, which can get hot and it's just uncomfortable, and you want something that's small too. So a small, compact, preferably a bifold synthetic wallet. I like nylon or polyester that can breathe. You can even get them in mesh now. That has essential items such as your ID, maybe one credit card, maybe one debit card, a little bit of cash, some Band-Aids, a mini wet wipe or a moist towelette, and a spare house key. That's about all that I would push in there. You may even go less. The next thing would be a light. Now, you already have a light on your keychain, but as your primary pocket light, I go with a single cell AAA LED, like a Streamlight Micro Stream. In terms of your pistol or your deadly force option, if you can carry that in your country or in your area, a subcompact or smaller, I prefer to stay between the 380 and 9mm. And even though I personally, promote having a spare magazine, if you're going minimalistic, you may want to have, you may want to just have the magazine in your gun. No spare mags on this particular carry. So non-lethal. It's optional. If you're going extreme minimalist, you may just want to increase your awareness of your surroundings and practice and review your hand-to-hand combatives. Otherwise, you have your whistle. But if you feel like you do need, and I'm a big proponent of having at least one level of self-defense before you go to deadly force. So that could be a Kubaton or pepper spray. A lot of other options are heavier and bulkier. Phone. Now, the phone can replace quite a few things, and so I'm just going to name those now just to make it more simplified for this video. For navigation, you have GPS, you have maps, and you have digital compasses on your phone. Communications, obviously, you can talk on your phone, you can text, you can communicate via the internet, and there's probably even other things that I'm not aware of. Organization, you can actually have your phone logs, your to-do list on there, your data recorder, a voice recorder, all kinds of things. Timekeeping, it has a clock on there, it has an alarm clock. It has a calendar, so you can keep track of time. So you don't need a watch, you don't need a compass, you don't need a two-way radio. You can even have apps for police scanners if you want to monitor the area. Even for AM and FM radios, most channels now are on iHeartRadio. You can hear your radio station through your phone. Medical. Instead of carrying a big first aid kit besides your Band-Aids and a bandana, which we'll cover here in a minute, you have your phone if you need to call for medical help. Documentary. For documentation purposes, you have not only just a voice recorder, but you have on most phones, like mine, you have a camera. And that's awesome. Pocket knives. Let's just say that you have two main categories when it comes to this. Most likely you're not going to be doing a fixed blade. So you have a two-hand folding knife, like a cadet, like a Victorinox cadet could be excellent, which also doubles as a multi-tool if you're talking about a minimalistic version, or just a one-hand small folder, super lightweight. Let's just say like the 1 ounce mini K-bar dozer. That's an awesome option for a lockback, one-hand opening knife that can clip on your pocket. So talking about multi-tools though, if the cadet isn't a large enough knife, you can look at maybe other smaller multi-tools that instead of like going with a full size like Leatherman or Swiss tool, but a Swiss Army variant, it could be a Winger or a Victorinox or others that have the tools you need, but maybe a little bit more robust and larger and more featured than the Victorinox Cadet. Bandana, as I mentioned before, it could be used for first aid, but also for a neck wrap. You could soak it in water. I like 100% cotton bandanas, and with color fast so that they don't bleed out the color all over your clothes. And I would use that also maybe for a pre-filter in an emergency to filter water. You have a whole host of other items you could use it for, especially if it's a brightly colored one for signaling that could be paired with your whistle. Paracord survival bracelet. That's optional. On this particular carry, it's going to be very minimalistic. Every little ounce, counts. Every contact point on your body counts and can hold heat or reduce the efficiency of your body to evaporate, from the moisture content of sweat, evaporate that heat off or wick it away. So I'm going to say no to the paracord survival bracelet. Instead, I put some paracord in the place of my shoestrings, or maybe have a paracord belt, but I'd probably keep it off my wrist. And same thing for the watches too, because we already have our phone. The next item would be breathable clothes. Obviously, wearing synthetic, lightweight clothing, it's breathable. I like polyester. Some nylons are good too. Also, don't forget about your shoes. You don't want 2-pound shoes walking around. You want breathable shoes. Lightweight walking shoes, or if you're hiking, lightweight hiking boots. Synthetic hats. I love my polyester boonie hats or full-brimmed hats, Outback hats. You can get them in blends, and they're not that bad. But if you can get 100% polyester, especially a mil-spec, those boonie hats are really some of the best. Full brim, and you can pull up the sides and cinch up under your neck for fit or behind your neck. So those are awesome. Some of them even have map pockets on the inside. Fire. A mini Bic is going to be my number one, hands down, for practical everyday carry. I mean, we're not talking about going in the bush and surviving for 2 years. We're talking about if you're just going up to Walmart and getting a loaf of bread. So, we don't have to go crazy. Even a full-size Bic to me is almost overkill now that I know the capabilities, and we have a video on that of how many fires you can make with a mini Bic. It's in the many hundreds and hundreds. You should check that video out. It's very cool. Okay, and the next category is hydration. So, you're not going to possibly walk around with your water bottle in your pocket. You could, and sometimes I even do that. If you do that, you might want to pick a smaller water bottle so it doesn't sag your pants down, and have a good belt as well. But, for your everyday carry bag, you may keep your water bottle in your bag. And, you may even want to consider something like a Nalgene bottle. Or if you are in a more rural area and you might have that slight possibility of getting stranded and needing to boil water, maybe a stainless steel canteen, a stainless steel water bottle, something like that. Maybe a clean canteen, or go to the Pathfinder's website and get yourself a canteen there. Those are great options. So stay tuned for the next video. We're going to talk about pine cones. I've done some research, just basic research on pine cones to continue that series of thought. Thanks again for watching. I'll catch you real soon.